Hi Year 4 and welcome to your Friday maths lesson where we are going to be looking at tenths and decimals on number lines. Okay, so I'm going to be working through 3 examples and then showing you how to do an extension. All of these go alongside the maths work that's been set in your home learning pack, so have that up as well for you to have a look at as you go through. If you are printing it off, then you just need to fill out the missing numbers. If you don't have a printer at home like Miss Frain, then you can just draw your number lines out nice and neatly, and that's probably a good idea because then you can add on as many numbers on the intervals as you want to. So we're going to start off with looking at this simple number line where we're working from 0 to 1 whole. There are 10 intervals on all of our number lines today because we are working in tenths. So, knowing from our fraction work, we should already know that we would be going up 1 tenth, 2 tenth, 3 tenth, 4 tenth, 5 tenths, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, 8 tenths, 9 tenths, and then 10 tenths, which is the same as 1 whole. Now, from our work on decimals, we should also be able, along the top here, to put our decimal points on here as well. So if I'm starting from 0 and then I have 1 tenth, remembering our place value family, that would look like 0.1. 2 tenths would look like 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9. Now, imagine place value grid. We're putting those tenths in one by one. We've got to 9, we put one more in, we got 10. And we would have to exchange. They would exchange into the ones which bring us up to 1 whole. So the first job for your maths home learning is to go through and create a number line like that. If you're working from the sheet, fill in the missing numbers. If you're doing one in your book, I would suggest you go through and put all the fractions and all the decimals on as a good practice. Now, for the next number lines that you have, which are the orange ones, these are a bit trickier, and the reason for that is that they're not starting from 0, and some of them are going up in different intervals. So, let's have a look at this one. This time we're starting from 6 and we're going to 7. Now, straight away I'm knowing, right, that must be 1 whole, because 6 add 1 would get me to 7, okay? Now, you don't need to go through and put the fractions in here. On the home learning it says just put the decimals on. If you want to put the fractions, you can. So I know that here, for example, would be 6 wholes and 1 tenth, 6 wholes and 2 tenths, 6 wholes and 3 tenths, and so on till I get to here, where it would be 6 whole and 10 tenths, which would be the same as 7. Now, if I'm working with my decimals as well, I'm working with whole number 6 in my ones. And then each time we're putting on another tenth, the number in the tens is going up. So here I've got 6 wholes, so 6 in my ones and 1 tenth. Think about all that good work you've done on representing tenths on the place value grid. You would have 6 ones and 1 tenth. And then you would have 6 ones and 2 tenths, 6 ones and 3 tenths, 6 ones and 4 tenths, 6 ones and 5 tenths, 6 ones and 6 tenths, 6 ones and 7 tenths, 6 ones and 8 tenths, 6 ones and 9 tenths, and then you would have too many tenths, so you would exchange and you get to the whole number. Okay? So I think on yours it's starting from 2 and going up to 3, so you would use a similar method as that one. Now for the next 2 you have, you're going to need to work out what they're jumping up in. So I've got an example here. My numbers are different to yours, remember? So here, I'm starting from whole number 6 and I'm going to get to whole number 9. I already noticed straight away, right, I'm not jumping in 1 tenth at a time because I've got to 6 and 3 tenths. Now, let's use the number line to help us. So if I was counting in 1 tenth, I would go 6, 6.1, 6.2, and then I've got to 6.3. So I've added on 1, 2, 3. Each time I'm adding on 0.3. Each time I'm adding 3 tenths. Okay? Let me show you that again. Jump onto 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 jumps. Which then helps me work out what number would go here because I've got 6.3, 6.4, 6.5. So that must be 6.6. And again, I've got 3 jumps. 1, 2, 3. Okay? 6.6, 6.7, 6.8, 6.9. What comes after 6.9? 6.10? No, because if you're thinking of those tenths, and look here, if you're thinking of those tenths, we would have too many and we would have to exchange. So actually here is big number 7. And here you can check you've done enough jumps because we're working in tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you've got to 7 there. That would be 7.1. So there we've got 7.2 on the big line there. 7.3, 7.4, 7.5. 7.6, 7.7, 7.8, 7.9, 7.9. And again, thinking of my tenths, I'm going to have 10 tenths in there, so that must be 8 wholes. 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, 8.4, 8.5, 8.6, 8.7, 8.8, 8.9, 9. There you go. Okay, so if it helps you draw on the little intervals as well. If you can just do it in your head, you're probably also noticing a pattern. 0.3, 6, 9. Think about the pattern there and what's happening. For your challenge at the bottom, you have a piece of wood and you need to work out how long it is. I'll use this number line here to help me show you. So they're pretending this number line is showing you 1 metre. There are 100 centimetres in a metre, so each one of these is 10 centimetres. So that would be 10 centimetres, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 centimetres is the same as 1 metre. They haven't measured their wood very well because they did not put it down on 0, which is what we always do when we use a ruler. So I will do an example here. So if I had my piece of wood here, even though I haven't started from 0, because I know that each of these gaps is worth 10 centimetres, I can work out how long it is because I've got 10 there, 10 there, and 10 there. So I've got 10, 20, 30. So my bit of wood would be 30 centimetres long. So have a go at the challenge if you would like to. I really hope you've enjoyed the maths this week and the videos were helpful. And yeah, stay safe and happy, and I will hopefully see you all soon. Bye bye.